This is volume 16 in Bad Movie Fights versus Good Movie Fights. Over the course of 15 volumes, we've seen great fights, some good fights, and some goddamn awful fights. And this volume will be no different. As always, there are rules. Anything with shake cam is a major no-no. Anything with choppy editing to cover up actors who can't fight is a major no-no. And remember, no gunfights allowed. Let's do this. Let's start off with a bad fight.
Welcome to my nightmare.
Now, before I get accused of going after the low-hanging fruit, let me just say, I don't care. This scene is woeful. Now, here's the thing. The martial arts, if we can call it that, are not too bad. And it's decently filmed, I guess. But that's where the cheap praise ends. The music is so bad. I'll stop it there. I refuse to get copyright claimed on such a bad song. And the one-liners are terrible.
What's the makeup?
Play kick the can. Let me get the door. It's up.
But they're not so bad that they're good.
Use, you lose.
They're so bad that they're just... Now, if you haven't guessed it yet, this is from the 1995 motion picture Power Rangers the movie. Great title.
See ya.
Right behind you, Kimberly. Parkour! Parkour! There's too many of them. Let's do it, guys. Right. It's morphin' time. Triceratops!
The lack of effort eluded by the Blue Ranger is concerning.
You okay, bro?
Tyrannosaurus!
That was Ernest. Wait, who are these people? That's not the Red Ranger. That's not the Black Ranger.
It's morphin' time! Dragon Sword! Mastodon!
Pterodactyl!
Triceratops!
Saber-tooth tiger!
Tyrannosaurus!
I mean, I recognize Kimberly and this legend, but the rest are just sidemen.
Saber-tooth tiger!
White tiger!
Well, that was anticlimactic. Even as a kid, I couldn't quite get the hype of the Power Rangers, especially with fights like this. Which looked like someone had filmed their toys having a fight in their bedroom on a home video camera. A show so bad that they reduced Walter White
You killed me, is what you've done!
to this nonsense.
I got a job dubbing some of the dialogue from Japanese into English. I always did the monsters and things.
You will not escape me.
But there was an unauthorized update to Power Rangers that kicked ass. 2015 web version produced by Adi Shankar. Now this version was full on violence and full on curse words.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Using James Van Der Beek, a former teen idol from the hit show Dawson's Creek, in the lead role, as well as the always awesome Katie Sackhoff of Battlestar Galactica fame.
I prefer pink.
And it slaps. I really wish they extended this version of the web movie with the violence and the swearing rather than making the awful 2017 film. because it's just so corny. It looks and feels cheap. How can a web-produced 14-minute version of the Power Rangers look and feel better than a whole-ass film that cost $100 million? That is scandalous. Where did that money go to? But that is the beauty of Adi Shankar.
I love Katie Sackhoff. She's a good friend of mine. But Katie was not the first choice to play the Pink Ranger. Orlando Bloom was.
He spent his early career remaking properties with recognized IP and making them better, including The Punisher, Dirty Laundry, which was also shot as a web short, as well as James Bond, Venom, and Pokemon web shorts, which were dubbed the Bootleg Universe.
Bootleg Universe short. Comes the next Bootleg Universe bootleg. I like the sound of that. The Bootleg Universe bootleg.
He also produced the cult classic Dredd and became the youngest ever Hollywood producer to have a #1 film in the US charts with The Grey. He now produces TV series which are based around video games. Devil May Cry and Assassin's Creed are both arriving on screen soon. However, enough about the brilliant producer, because the wonderful Katie Sackhoff reminds me of another bad fight. Now, there's no doubting that The Mandalorian started off its reign with an incredible fight. And then in season 2, it reduced Star Wars theory to tears.
Bro, my heart's beating so fast right now. Don't...
Are you a Jedi?
I do love this guy.
Yeah.
I can't even lie. This scene made me fall in love with Star Wars again for the briefest of moments. Because Mandalorian Season 3 was just taking the damn piss. Slow, cumbersome, pointless, but worse. Where is my Mandalorian in a show called The Mandalorian? Oh, there he is. Not fighting. In arguably one of the most important fights of the series so far. Because he simply just hands her the MacGuffin.
To its rightful owner.
You see, sometimes a fight isn't always bad because of the technicals. Sometimes it's bad because of the context. This fight is bad on both fronts. The way it's filmed is non-dynamic, and the way it builds its tension is non-existent. It's a shiny car with no wheels, and one of the worst moments in a very bad season. Capped off with this moment. So, you know, after being on YouTube for nearly exactly a year now, I wish I could just take a break on the porch, just like these guys. Or on an island somewhere. It's been a hell of a slog. A fun one, but wow. It's been a minimum of like 3 videos a week for over 52 weeks. And if you've been here since day one, please say so in the comments, because I'm going to give you a shout out on my community page. Guys, we did it. 50,000 subs. How have we done it? I don't know, but we've done it. Incredible feat, and I say we because this channel is for you. Honestly, I make these videos based on what you guys like, and I should continue to do so. But it doesn't stop there. I want double this. I want 100K. So if you're not subscribed, please do. I know I say it every video, but you probably haven't subscribed. That's why I say it every video. Because if you had subscribed, I'd have over 1 million followers by now. Remember, you can join my Patreon, because sometimes YouTube will copyright claim all my videos and demonetize them, or simply remove a song or a clip. And Patreon is where you can find my videos unedited and early. Huge love again for your support over the past 12 months. You guys are amazing. And if you've just joined, well, hit the like button and subscribe. What are you waiting for? Do it now. Right, back to the video. Now, I just criticized how this scene was filmed from a technical standpoint, and that got me thinking, which movie fights are better. Modern day movies like The Raid and John Wick and Atomic Blonde and Kill, or old school like Seven Samurai and Raiders of the Lost Ark, Drunken Master and Enter the Dragon. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Just write modern or write old school. I'll be doing a video on this that will be separate from this series, but also a companion piece to this specific volume. Right, I think I've only focused on bad fights so far, the first in this series to do so. So let's continue like that, shall we? With a scene that might be a little bit controversial, but what the heck, let's do it. This is the Sacre Coeur stairs fight from John Wick 4. Now, hear me out. John Wick is a weird series of movies. They started off rather small and now have become gigantic. And that's exactly how I felt about John Wick 4. For the first hour, it felt like this might be the best action movie ever made. By hour 2, you start to feel the fatigue. And this stairs fight is the perfect microcosm of the film. So as per normal, John Wick is doing his thing, taking out opponents. We have some great scenes. It's well filmed. I really love this shot. And then, just as we think we're moving on to the next scene, overkill. Now, if you've been to the Sacre Coeur, you'll know that getting cars on the stairs like this is pretty impossible. But we'll forget that, especially after this scene, which is just batshit crazy and defies logic. So we're not using logic in this film, that's fine. Let's move on. But what really irks me here is we have to start again? I remember being in a movie theater once and watching this film. It's called Vantage Point. Essentially, it's a telling of a story from different perspectives of characters. It's a bit like the Japanese classic Rashomon. So the same event is replayed over and over again, but from different character perspectives. And by the time they did this for the 5th time, the audience all groaned in unison. I'd never seen that before in a cinema, and I've never seen it again. But as a filmmaker myself, yes, that is me accepting my award, I learnt a valuable lesson. Know when the going is good and get out. This film, no, not that, no, Get Out. This film in general, and especially this scene, didn't know when the going was good. Bigger doesn't equal more. Okay, behave yourself, random corn star.
I got the lens dirty.
I've seen her do that before.
More does not equal bigger, and bigger does not equal more.
Ready? Yeah.
So we have John Wick going back up the stairs again with a look on his face that says,
I'm too old for this shit.
Speaking of which, did you know that Ralph Macchio is now older than when Pat Morita first played the character of Mr. Miyagi? Wow, that's mad, right? Anyway, back to the point. This is bad filmmaking and a bad scene and a bad movie fight in a film that is full of good scenes and good movie fights. And of course our channel fave, Donnie Yen. Right, that's it for another volume. In the comments, which fights did you think were the best today, and which bad and good movie fights should I cover next? Remember to hit the notification button. New volume out next Sunday at 9:30 p.m. UK time. And guys, I'm gonna need a break soon, so pretty soon there won't be a video on a Sunday. Yeah, I know it's sad, but I might do a little special something in place of that video, but we'll see. Maybe there'll be like an omnibus of all the episodes put together. I don't know yet, but I need a break. Anyway, look out for the special companion piece to this video coming soon, where I compare old movie fights to new movie fights and work out what is best. Again, if you think new fights are better than old fights, just write modern. And if you think old fights are better than new fights, write old school. And lastly, thanks again for the big love and the 50k subs. It means so much. This has been Bad Movie Fights versus Good Movie Fights, Volume 16.